Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair.
I'm Alexis.
I'm Sarah, and this is the news.
Today's news, we'll be talking about the wonderful country of Australia. You may ask? Well, the only one that there is, obviously.
The one that brought us kangaroos and venomous inland taipans. The one that brought us Google Maps and the black box for modern-day aircraft.
Yes, Sarah. Also, the one that brought us the awesome food from today's episode at the end of the show.
For our first news today, Australia is attempting to kill cats through poisonous sausages. The reason for this is because there's been a surplus in cats found in Australia, and the Australian government is trying to control the population of cats. The government has even encouraged the behavior of killing them by offering $10 for each cat killed. I'm so glad that doesn't happen here, though. Never mind.
Just as tragic as the second news of today, koalas are going extinct. Yes, the cuddly, lovely little heads of Mother Nature are going extinct. The species have reached the point of extinction that they have made an impact within the environment of Australia. It occurred after many koalas were killed for furs to be used globally. If koalas go completely extinct, this will cause the environments to go horribly crazy and wrong.
And for our last story, the life expectancy rate in Australia is believed to start going down. Health issues have been found recently in Australia, and it is causing the rate of life expectancy to be lower than usual. Medical research is being implemented and conducted to improve health in citizens. Today, as we speak, scientists say they are close to reaching an answer.
Oh, well, while you look at that time, it is time for a quick little break, and when we return, we will travel back in time with some history.
Now, you can get a different Subway footlong sub of the day every day of the week for just $8. The $8 Subway footlong sub of the day. It's a whole lot of sub for a whole lot less. That's my kind of value.
Making an Australian meat pie. So our first step that we're going to be doing is dicing a white onion right here. So all we're going to do is cut a piece off. We're going to put it in the dicer as so, and then we're going to dice the onion. So when we're done with that, we have our onion diced. Just going to pour it back right here. So next we're going to get our meat ready, so we're just going to get a little bit of olive oil poured in the pan right here. Then we're going to start heating up the pan, put the fire on about medium so it gets ready. So we're going to be using about half of the meat carton or package. So we're just going to put some in here and we're going to cook it till it's brown. Okay guys, so the meat's just about done. We're gonna drain this right now, and we're gonna move on to making our sauce.
We'll be making the sauce for the meat pie. So what you need to do is start your pan, get warm. Then you're adding in 3/4 cups of water. Then you're adding 1/4 cup of tomato sauce. Luckily, this is 1/4 cup. Then you're adding in just things like salt and pepper just to make sure like it gets you spice. I can't tell if anything comes out. And then you're adding 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how to say that name properly, but we're going to go with that. And then we're adding in 2 beef bouillon cubes. This is just to make sure that the sauce has that beef flavor. And should probably have that these before, but it's fine. And then we're going to have this cook for about 15 minutes. Two, 1, 2. stir this around for a bit and then wait for 15 minutes. Then we'll come back and then you'll see what happened. Okay, so we're gonna thicken up the sauce now. So now we're gonna add in some flour. Not a lot, just enough to thicken it up. So like a spoonful. And then we're gonna add 1/4 of water. So in total we're using a cup. Then we're gonna bring it to a boil. And then we're gonna let it simmer for 5 minutes. That's all. Okay, so now that we made the sauce and that we thickened it up, we're gonna add the meat back in and then let it simmer for like another 5 minutes. And then it should be ready for us to, we're gonna line the pastries up right now, and then we're gonna fill this when it's done. And then plop it into the oven.
Okay guys, so now that we have our pie ready to go, which by the way, this one is Ben's, this one's mine, just saying. Okay. So now we're going to pour our meat mixture into the pies. We're just going to fill them about almost full, about 75%. There. And I'll do the same thing on this side in Ben's pie.
Look, viewers, dog. We're gonna see which one comes out better.
I think mine. And now we're gonna get ready to cover the pies. Okay guys, so right here on the left we have my beautiful pie. As you can see, I added some techniques into it, and over here we have Ben's pie. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and put this into the oven over here.
We're gonna have it for 400 degrees for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna have it for 360 degrees for 25 minutes. So this is our finished product. As you can tell, Marissa's came out better.
Yeah, I know.
But essentially this is it.
And we're back.
As we previously stated, we're going to be going over a little bit of history. We have our reporter Ben Estrada on the scene. Ben?
So, I'm here on the scene, on the field for where the Great Emu War battle was last fought. Now here's the thing, the emus won the war. That's crazy. It's a flightless bird that beat Australian soldiers. So what happened was in 1932, this was just full of wheat, and all the farmers like, yeah, wheat bread. But then what happened was, the emus were like, you know, I like that wheat bread. And then they just kept eating it all. There's 20,000 emus. And then all the farmers like, we don't know what to do. We want wheat bread. So what happens there is, they call the military and they're like, do something. Because we want our meat bread. We want our rye bread. So what the military does is they send a ton of soldiers. And they're like, okay, we give them 10,000 ammunition with a Lewis machine gun, and their job is to kill them all. The thing though, after shooting those 10,000 shots, only 12 were killed. They suck at their job. And this was just a pandemic that was spread across anywhere. They're the only country that got beat by a flightless bird. But the thing though, it went all the way to the UK. But their right solution was, you know what, let's build a fence. And you know what? That worked.
God damn, we just lost our reporter, Ben. I'm out of here.
Well, my name is Alex and I'm the new reporter.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're back at news.
with a quarter and a cup of sugar into a bowl and start mixing it with this mixer thing and let it rise 5 times the size of start. Place a cup and a quarter of flour into this shaky thing on top of the bowl and hit it until all of it is in mixture. After that, fold in carefully into mixture. Pour batter into baking sheet and place on oven at 360 degrees for 25 minutes. While it bakes, get a cup of dark chocolate and place into bowl. Place bowl in chef mic for increments of 25 seconds. Take out, mix and repeat. And do not do what I just did. Play the clip. After you burn yourself, mix heavy cream and unsalted butter into your sauce and mix. By this time your cake should be ready. Take out cake from oven with caution and cut cake into small cubes. Place cube into chocolate and pour coconut shavings into another sheet. Cover each side with chocolate and dip in coconut all around the cube until it looks like this. And I'm saving you a trip to the hospital because this is really sugary dessert. You're welcome. Enjoy it.
Hi guys, I'm Marissa Murka, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Great Strike. You see these stairs? This is exactly where the Great Strike happened. You see, in 1917, in the summer, the government tried to implement a new survey for the Australian people, which means that they would time them whenever they do a job to see how long it would take. This upsetted the Australian people, so they decided to do the Great Strike. After the Great Strike, it actually worked and conditions really improved, and so did pay. But the government did try to do it again later in the future, but it failed, luckily. So we'll be back right after this break.
In our fast-paced world, it's easy to miss anything unusual. But with the ongoing threat of terrorism, we all need to play our part by reporting anything suspicious. Even if you think it's probably nothing, the smallest piece of information can be valuable. Calls to the National Security Hotline have already contributed to investigations. If something doesn't add up, speak up by calling the National Security Hotline on 1-800-123-400 and help keep Australia safe from terrorism. Authorised by the Australian...
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Hi, my name's Sarah. Today we're making Anzac biscuits from Australia. Get a bowl and a spoon, and then you get your dry ingredients. So you're gonna need oats, sugar, coconut flakes, and a bag, flour. Okay. You're gonna get your bowl, put your spoon to the side, and you're gonna need a cup of oats. Next is a cup of flour. Now your sugar. Okay, and your last dry ingredient is 3/4 of coconut flakes. So right here I have a 1/4 cup, so I'm just gonna put 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take this spoon and mix it all together. Now I'm gonna go preheat my oven to 350. Okay, well it's already hot, so I can wait. Now I'm gonna get 2 bowls. You're gonna need a small one and a big one. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 8 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of syrup. And you're gonna melt it in the big pot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're gonna get a tablespoon of syrup. So this big one. I'm gonna just do this over the pot. And the reason we use now I'm gonna go put this on the stove. I'm not gonna turn it on yet. This little bowl, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of boiling water. Now I'm gonna take this spoon and I'm gonna melt the butter and syrup. Now I'm gonna let the water boil in the pot. For the water, you're gonna need baking soda. And you're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, but you don't have to put it in yet. Now that your water's boiling, you're gonna take 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm gonna do this over the sink. The water, and you're gonna put it in with the butter and stir. And this is where it bubbles. I'm gonna take this and this and put it in the sink. You're not gonna need it anymore. Now, you get your dry ingredients and you're gonna put the butter in here. Turn the fire on. Make sure your bowl is able to handle heat, please. Take it and you're going to pour it in like so. You're gonna mix it. And it should be pretty thick like this. When you're done mixing it, it should look like this. I'm gonna use, it's like pretty small. No, really not that much. And I have spray that helps it. I have non-stick spray, but if you don't, you can use like oil. It's like oil spray anyway. Let's spray it in the sink. Get your spoon. Get some, not a lot. Like this much should be fine. And put it down.
I just arrived from my plane and I'm down in the under in Australia. Follow me real quick. I know you may be wondering why or how am I in Australia right now? Well, I had to dash over real quick because we kind of don't have any more reporters, and I'm about to start talking to the gentleman about one of the most historical events that occurred in Australia. Sir, what are we going to be talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about the Australian ballot. It happened in 1856. What it was the Australian voters wanted privacy when voting. So the Australian government said, you know what, that's a good idea, we'll do that. So they implemented it into their voting system, and Europe saw this and said, hey, that's pretty cool, we'll do that too. After this, America said, you know what, that's pretty good, we'll do that too.
Anything else you would like to add on to that?
Enjoy your meat pies.
Well, Sarah just quit and we lost all of our news class, but that concludes the news.